1. When it comes to Glasgow bars, your first port of call should be Kelvingrove Cafe. A gorgeously atmospheric bar, it's a dream to sit in and even more of a dream to drink in. Despite being more than a little tipsy there on night, we still managed to unanimously agree the cocktails were some of the best we'd had in the United Kingdom. Full stop. FYI, if you go and don't order a Death on the Nile, you've played yourself. 2. Primarily a restaurant, this Glasgow joint is a triple threat, full marks on drinks, food and ambience. Heads up non-drinkers and on the wagon dry Januaryers, the bar has one of the most enticing non-alcoholic selections I've ever seen. Turkish Delight lemonade and white grape and Madagascan vanilla soda, for less than the price of a Coke in a London bar. 3. The Finnieston is my favorite kind of trendy drinking spot. It's the perfect blend of old and new, gorgeous exposed brick interiors and a gin-based cocktail menu that's up with the best of them, but with cozy lighting and comfy booths. Because this trend for putting your customers on the kind of benches and stools we had to sit on in school is bullshit and needs to be stopped. Go, order yourself some of their signature Scottish seafood. Then start on G&Ts and don't stop until you're all the way down to a corpse reviver. 4. A Glasgow institution, you just can't come to the city and not visit this place. They do a fantastic brunch, and the food in general is stellar. They also have their heads screwed on right, as they know that, intrinsic to good eating is good drinking. So, here you'll also find a solid wine list, a strong cocktail menu, and a wee pub, the smallest in Scotland to be exact. 5. If you are looking for the fanciest and fancy drinking, then my friends, look no further than Blitheswood Square Hotel. Their bar is lush, their cocktails served in the kind of glassware that will make you question if you aren't in fact a character in an F. Scott Fitzgerald novel. 6. We all know Bukowski liked to drink. How fitting then, that there's a bar named after his alter ego, with a whiskey collection he'd have thoroughly approved of. And, may I add, it's far, far classier than any of the dingy LA dive bars the Bluebird writer used to knock about in. 7. Our last big night out in Glasgow, we ended up here, drunk as skunks, and while I can't give you any specifics, I can tell you we had a grand old time. Don't be put off by the name. The bar is cheap and the tiny dance hall downstairs more than fitting to sway drunkenly on for at least the latter half of an evening. Feel free to visit when the sun's up too. Their Mexican food menu is not to be sniffed at. 8. It's a 2-for-1 bonanza. The Tiki Bar is in the basement, serving up all the tropical rum cocktails your heart desires. The kitchen is above it, serving up Thai food. What more could you want? 9. Glasgow have got their bar scene nailed, in that most of the very good bars come attached to very good restaurants. At Gondolfi, forget bog standard bar snacks, their not-so-secret gem of a bar is up above their cafe, and serves all the food you'll find downstairs, which, spoiler alert, is delicious. Order a round of martinis with a plate of smoked haddock and tiger prawn pasta on the side, and prepare to live your best life. 10. Glasgow has more than a few pubs, both modern and oldman, but the Alice in Arms stands out as one of the better ones. It's been open since 1884, and has an impressive selection of whiskies and craft beer. Plus they allow dogs, and the only thing that can make a pint better is being able to pet someone else's dog while drinking it. 11. I feel like calling a bar unpretentious in Glasgow is a moot point, because as a rule the whole city is the antithesis of pretentious. But Distill is just that. Unpretentious, reasonably priced and home to bar staff that know their stuff. They do all sorts of cocktails here, but it's the rum ones that stand out. 12. If you're looking for electrifying live music performances, and the best vibes in the city, look no further than Stereo. The place is literally always buzzing. If you ever find yourself wandering around Glasgow looking for a good time, just put this place into Google Maps. 13. A Big Lebowski-themed bar loaded with, you guessed it, White Russians. They've got over 25 twists on the classic cocktail, so you'll be more than able to try something new. Just as long as it's a White Russian. 14. Owned by the guys behind Mono, and located opposite sister venue Stereo. This tucked-away bar is part of big network of fun Glaswegian bars, and lives up to its family reputation. It's down-to-earth, has a great atmosphere and hosts top-notch live music upstairs. 15. Beer is lovely and all. Really, I'm a big fan. But you know what's better? Whiskey. And this pub has the best whiskey selection in town by a long shot. Enough said.